it is no longer between one woman and one man. You just invited everybody who pays a subscription into the bed with you.
All eyes on me.
You can get money bro, be a credit card scammer before you do that. Like, come on, fam. Like, come on, bro. Like, I'm just playing. Don't do that either. But now you got a video fetish instead of just wanting to desire your wife.
With speaking, and it been really holding me back. And they'll always tell me like,
What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the Holden house. We got a new little setup. What y'all think? Little couchy couch, little lights. You know, try to put a little bit of on it for y'all.
some sprinkles.
A little sprinkle, a little seasoning, you know, because we got to be the salt of the earth. Nah, this wasn't just for the podcast. We've been planning on doing something like this, so finally got things situated where we could make our house look like a home. And yeah, we can hear that. Mm-hmm. We can hear it.
I changed my mind.
Mm.
It had some weight on it. I didn't like.
Oh, okay. Yeah, we just wanted to start prepping. You know, it's been a few years. Well, actually, I don't think we can hear that one too. It's.
I saw yours. I was like, oh.
Are you good?
Okay, yeah, I'm good now.
You finished?
I'm done.
Okay, so like I don't think since we've been married, like you haven't really been able to like decorate or anything.
No,
Like-
and that's a buzzkill because especially when the holidays come around and everybody needs, especially when you go to Walmart, bro, I'd be like, no, let's get a little decoration. And he go back, what's the point? Like, we're not gonna be in here, then we gotta find more junk to store. I mean, we gotta find a place to store the junk. So,
Yeah.
I'm being patient. I did a little setup this time though. I'll still get some more fall decor because we still got October and November. But then I saw Christmas.
One step at a time. Just one thing, one holiday at a time. But and that was something that I wanted her to be able to do, because she is very big on decorations and holiday season, that whole thing. So, trying to get the house to where she can have something to decorate. So, so yeah, it's coming together.
It's feeling homey. We're getting there.
So what you want to start with? You want to start with the
First,
question?
let's start with the comment first.
Okay.
I haven't seen the comment yet. Sorry.
Oh, okay. Well, so
kids.
So, on our last episode, had a guy leave a comment. I think it's a guy, asking, basically, like,
should I just wake him up? Is it time to get up?
I guess.
4 or 5.
Okay, we'll just pause for a second. Just get up, Nehemiah. Just get up, dude. You don't have to cry. Back that way. I'm talking to you. Back that way so you're not in the shot. No, I don't have to go all the way in there. I'm just saying, you look like you were coming this way with it.
No, I wasn't. I was coming right here.
Okay. All right, so this episode, we're going to have kids in the background, most likely. So just be prepared. Be prepared for potential pausing and parenting. So on the last episode, somebody left a comment asking basically like to give feedback on a Christian couple doing an OnlyFans. You want to respond first, or you want me to go?
I don't know, because I feel like I don't want to be mean.
Yeah. And this, so look, I'm gonna tell you something that I keep in mind.
I mean, I don't tend to be mean. It's just a natural thought, because I feel like this is natural common sense. But go ahead.
Right. So look, this is what I'm gonna tell you. This is what I keep in mind, because to keep myself from being like too harsh with people, because this is the thing. Like, I feel like you got to keep in mind that some things that are common sense to us and to people who have been married and to people who have been in church and people who have been in community may not necessarily be common sense to everybody. And there are a lot of things going on within our culture that contradict what is common sense to us. So just like keep that in mind. And it's like, okay, I got to actually answer these questions and talk to these people as if they have a genuine question, not as if like they're trying to like troll you or anything. Like, I don't think everybody's trolling. I think some people really just want to know.
Okay. Or I apologize.
You didn't do anything yet.
I did it in my head. Okay. And I'm pretty sure you read my vibe, but that makes total sense. Some people are not aware of most things. But okay. Let's go ahead. You go ahead and start off then.
Me?
Yeah.
Okay. Short answer. Don't ever do that. Christian or not, don't do that. Mm-hmm. Like that's bad. Even if you're not a Christian, that's bad for you. It's bad for your relationship. It's bad for your mental health. It's bad for
reputation.
Everything. It's just it's a net negative to the entire situation and the entire relationship, whether you're a Christian or not. Now, if you want to put Christian on there, definitely don't do that, because, okay, the Bible says to flee all sexual immorality. So that means anything that is anything sexual outside of a man and a woman under the covenant of marriage. Anything outside of that. It don't say resist it. It doesn't say, tame it. It doesn't say to figure out a way around. It says to flee, literally run away from it. Like, that's the only way to combat that. And the reason why, I guess I should probably explain why that would be considered sexual immorality. Because when you do OnlyFans, it is no longer between one woman and one man. You just invited everybody who pays a subscription into the bed with you. It's no longer one woman and one man. So
all eyes on me. Oh gosh, I feel like I'm looking at me.
Right, like, so, and this, what came to mind for me is like, bro, I don't want any and everybody to be able to see what I see. That's supposed to be reserved and sacred and special for the person who made the covenantal commitment with that other person. Like, that sex is specifically designed to, 1, glorify God, 2, procreate, and 3, it's for pleasure between those two people who are in that covenant. So like, if you start doing stuff extra outside of that, well, now somebody else is tasting my treat. You know what I'm saying? Like somebody else is getting to dip their spoon in it, and it's like, bruh, get back. Like, no, I'm not finna. And I said this on the last episode. This falls into that category. Privacy protects valuables, and secrecy protects sin. Privacy. This is something that should be private.
Yeah.
Sex should not be public. Especially if you're married. Especially.
not comfortable doing this. I don't. What
I
is it feeding his ego? Like, I mean, if you know your body look good, I guess you ain't ashamed just to be out like, look, uh,
I don't know what it. I don't know where it comes from. I mean, I would assume that part of it is like there's a perversion of what sex is supposed to be.
mm-hmm.
Um, I don't know. Like I don't personally see what the benefit would be, like to do something like that. I I can't think of any like, and it's like, oh, you get paid from, like, okay, I get paid from the other stuff that I do legally too, like, that doesn't violate my marriage and doesn't put my spouse in jeopardy, doesn't put my mentality in jeopardy, doesn't put my spirituality in jeopardy. I get paid from other stuff. There's
Mm-hmm.
plenty of other things that I could do to make money. So it's like, other than the money, like, I don't see the benefit. That's why I say I think it's just a net negative, just all around. That's a negative contribution. Like, where's the positive in that?
Are they getting paid doing this? People
Yeah.
getting paid?
Oh yeah, people get paid for that.
So is it like money hungry?
But that's what I'm saying. You can get money bro, be a credit card scammer before you do that. Like, come on, fam. Like, come on, bro. Like, I'm just playing. Don't do that either. But I'm just saying, like, there's other ways to make money. Like, bro, go to McDonald's. Like, something. Go do something. Go cut grass. Like,
No, we're lazy.
there's
We
there's
don't have the
but
ability
okay,
to
but
be like, dang, I don't want to sit there because I don't have control of my hours. I don't feel like getting out the bed from 9 to 5. Like, nobody wants
how much work is it
or get out just
to get lighting and cameras, and you got to get the other person on board, and you
but you're
got
on your
to
own
press
set.
record
Technically, you're
and
not.
all
If
of these
you're got-
things.
If you got an audience that's more engaged with you at a certain time, then it's not really your own hours. Cause you gotta push it.
Well, I don't know if I've never been on OnlyFans, so I don't know if it works like that. But
Oh no, I'm
just
talking
saying
about for social media altogether.
Oh yeah, well, they're not putting. You can't put that on social media. But
No, I'm not talking about fans. I'm just talking about like if you was just doing social media, yes, you're working on your own time, but also you working with your audience because people are engaged at this certain hour, at this
Right.
certain day is what I was saying. Because I was trying to compare the working at McDonald's 9 to 5 because you don't feel like you have your own control there.
yeah, I can see that. Like, I can see going, like, setting a goal to be a social media influencer or something like that. That makes sense. That's also legal, and it's not necessarily in and of itself. It is not going to destroy your marriage. But you finished that quick?
He turned back like, I guess so.
Okay, you can go play. You want to go play? What do you want to do?
He's doing this.
Not right now, cause we're making a video. So you can get a book, or you can go play with your toys if you want. You got those two choices. Which one? Okay, go ahead. Thank
He's
you.
so sad.
You're okay. If you're gonna cry, we're gonna send you back to bed. All right, go to bed. Okay, Nehemiah, that's enough. Yeah, but I just don't see any positives to doing an OnlyFans as a married Christian couple. I just don't see it. Cause, like, I'm just thinking about it from the man's perspective. Like, bro, you have to live with the fact that, let's be real, it's probably mostly other men that are watching. So you just shared your wife with countless other men.
So do he wants the OnlyFans count, or does his wife want it? Like,
I have no idea. I think this was just a random question.
Is it okay to have a OnlyFans account while being in a relationship? I don't remember
Christian,
the question.
As a Christian couple, is that okay? Like,
that's what he was saying?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, I'm just from the man's perspective, like, bro, you just shared your wife with countless other men. That's the only thing that I'm thinking of. Like, and you would have
y'all
to.
Not gonna get a healthy attention if y'all working on. I don't know if y'all said in y'all relationship, this is it. This is who I want to be with. Y'all gonna get unhealthy comments, and I mean like not like, oh your body ugly. More like he or she, one of y'all is gonna feed into like, oh this person's getting me attention because one day one of y'all go get in a fight. And one of y'all going to go turn it into y'all phones and remember that 2 weeks ago this guy or girl has showed me attention. So it's not healthy at all.
I didn't even think about that. Mm-hmm. It's the connection is more than just the phone screen. Mm-hmm. Like it's real. Like that whole scenario is real. Like it's not just I'm gonna just do this and be done. Like I have no connection, no strings, nothing. Like it don't work like that when sex is involved. Like you because that can happen even when sex isn't involved. Mm-hmm. You know, like let's say if I wasn't giving you enough emotional attention, like after a certain amount of time, if some dude comes along in the grocery store and he does compliment you and he is attracted to you and he is kind to you, you're more tempted to entertain that because you know it's there and because of what I haven't been doing, the work that I haven't been doing at home. Yeah, you're more tempted to go that route. So like you're completely right. Like you start opening that up like that, and I mean you've made sex into a business. And it's like, bro, that don't work. That does not work. Yeah.
Man, don't do it. Go ahead and delete it. Don't do it. Too much work. And then just think about it. What happened if, let's say, you haven't did your Christian walk yet. Right now, you just kind of within the world right now. We make a lot of decisions not thinking one day when we do Christ and then you have kids and you become good, that now you just like, I have this shame I have to carry. Like, don't make your life harder. Mm-hmm. Like, yep. Be careful for what you about to do. You know?
Yeah, that stuff doesn't just go away. Because it's not designed to.
And then you change it. Sorry, I didn't know what y'all was doing. Then you're changing yourselves. And then you got people who all around the world saw you. It's gonna always keep reminding you, and you just like bro, stop telling me I'm changing. Like it's a lot of weight. I haven't been there yet, but I can imagine. I probably not with that situation, but some type of way I think I dealt with. But don't do it. I can imagine how heavy it can be. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, and it's like that's an unhealthy version of sex. So like you don't realize the psychological connections that are being made. Like, so we have sex on camera. That's what we do, you know, and that's what gives me my high, right? So okay, so what happens when the cameras are off? Now what if you become unattracted to her when the cameras are off? Now you need the camera to be attracted to your wife. You know what I mean? Like you create this weird sexual dynamic where it wasn't meant to be like that. Like you gotta be careful with the stuff that you include with sex. Like it's stuff is happening in your brain and in your body that is making you. It's designed to make you want that thing again.
You can't just shut your brain out. That mug is running.
Because it was designed for man and woman in marriage. Yeah. It's supposed to make you want this thing and this person over and over and over again. You're supposed to want it again. And so if you start including all these other dynamics into it, like you don't realize that like, oh, now you got a video fetish instead of just wanting to desire your wife. Like you got this fetish where I know let's turn the camera on. Like, where does it stop, you know?
Yeah.
So, overall, don't do that. That's,
Yeah.
Nope.
Just stay away from it.
And if you're entertaining OnlyFans before marriage, stop. That stuff don't go away.
There's a lot of things you can entertain that's not going to cause you issues down the road. Could be a comedian or
find something else. But like
a dog show or cat show. Like, look at my cat.
Like what? You don't sound like it. Are you gonna come play quietly? Okay.
I hope the pie ain't trying to go out. The light just flickered.
Yeah, hopefully not. But yeah, if you are preparing for marriage, get rid of that stuff, man. Like that sticks with you. I'm speaking from experience. That stuff sticks with you. It's not as simple as, oh, I'm married now, I don't have to think about anybody else. That's not how it works. These images that you've imprinted into your brain, bro, like that stuff is there. It's there. It takes work. It takes time. It takes effort and like grinding and scraping and prayer and fasting and community and all of these things. Like God has to intervene to break that stuff off of you. Don't put it there if it's not there already. You just making yourself work backwards. Like you were saying, you don't know what your future is, so don't destroy your future now for a few minutes of pleasure. Don't do that.
Yeah, that's very true. So, on to the next thing I would like to talk about. I came across this song on YouTube, and I don't remember the name of it. It was like Lay It All Down. I think that song is old though, but it was a woman that was, what they worship dancers? I don't know what they called.
Okay, I think I know what you're talking about.
Okay, so she was
like
doing
praise
that.
Dance?
That's what it is. Praise dance. She was praise dancing to the song Lay It All Down by Union something. But United, I mean. And it just kind of make me thought about do people, like, how bad is it for a person to lay it down? Like lay their griefs and worries and shame down to Jesus. Like, is it really that complex for us, or is it?
I think so. I think that's a lot easier said than done. Cause I mean that's probably something that I'm going through right now, like figuring out that process. Cause it's like, I don't know, you hear like the church talk about that, like, oh, just give it to God, and it's like, okay, bro, like how though? You know what I mean? Like
the way when I hear somebody tell them just lay it all down, I'm just like, all right, I don't have to go to the world and tell everybody, but I can just tell God, let him know, like, hey, I see that this is wrong, and I want to change. Like, that's how I saw it. I don't, like, that's what I'm trying to say. Why is it
you're saying
hard?
you're saying from the perspective of like laying down your own sin.
Yeah.
Or, I thought you were talking about like, because you mentioned grief and you mentioned.
Yeah, I was listing like.
Yeah, I think those are different processes though. Okay. I think laying down a sin is a choice. Like it is a like I recognize that this is not pleasing you. I no longer want this. Like I'm going to actively choose to be different now. Like that, I think that's one thing. But to say like, okay, this situation like has like let's say that there's something that's hurt you deeply, and you're like battling that the consequences of it or the reminders of it or you know what I'm saying like I think that's a different process to me.
Okay.
That's a different process because to me I don't know. I think laying down sin is a little bit more practical, or at least in my mind, it is. It to me, it's someone making you aware that this is not right. Right? You being convicted by the Holy Spirit. Okay, I see that it's wrong now. I don't want to upset God. I want to please God. Okay, I'm going to confess. I've been doing this. I don't want to do this anymore. Okay, now I need to find at least 3 people that can keep me in check. Like, hey, look, I need to be able to come to y'all when I feel like going back to this thing, and y'all don't let me. Don't let this stuff get around me. I need if there are things in my house that are causing me to remember and yearn for that thing that I was doing again, like get those things out. You know what I'm saying? Like there are practical steps to laying down sin, but I personally have not figured out the full process of like releasing a struggle to God, like emotion, you know, memories, like that sort of thing. Like I haven't figured that out yet. Like that's I will say that one thing that's probably helped me is to it like let's say I'm dealing with like hurt from people, right? I try to remember that regardless of what the person has done, that person is still an image bearer of God. That person is still made in his image and he still loves them just as much as he loves me. Regardless of what they've done, he still loves them just as much as he loves me. And I have to remember that I'm not so far removed that I can't be where they are. I have to remember I'm not better than them. Like I could very easily do the same thing that they did. The only thing that stops me is the Holy Spirit. And so like that's the thing that like keeps me tethered. Cause if it wasn't for that, it would like I would probably spiral like in anger and disappointment and depression and you know all of these things. But like other than that, I ain't figured out nothing yet. Like it's still rough for me.
Um, why is it still rough for you? Like, do you know?
I think I struggle with knowing the difference between feeling it and being stuck in it. Like a lot of times it doesn't feel like there is a way out of the scar from whatever it is. Like, what's wrong with you? Try harder. It does fit. There you go. Or maybe there's something stuck in it. What's wrong with you? He not stopping you from playing. Go get some toys.
I bet y'all was like, what? What she say? That's what happens when you get kids. You can understand their speech and they talk how they talking.
But
Baby whispers.
yeah, it's for me. It's hard to. It's hard to walk through the process of letting the scars heal. Cause it's like, you know, like if something has happened, like let's say somebody did something to you, right? Like somebody that you've known for a long time, like somebody that you have good memories with, that you had good times and positive things, and they at one point in time they were a positive person in your life, and then it's like, okay, well, now this thing has happened that has like hurt me deeply, and I didn't get the resolution. Because it's one thing to get the resolution, and even like I think that's part of Matthew 18. It talks about like, okay, if you go to the brother that sinned against you, and if they listen to you, then you've gained a brother, right? Like you reconcile, you bring back together, and you've got a stronger relationship now. But what happens when that doesn't go through? You know, what happens when you don't get the resolution? When you don't get, because I think that's what the laying it down. That's where that's necessary, but I think that process looks different for everybody.
Yeah.
And I think that process has different timing for everybody too. Because it's like, I think some people can get over something faster than other people just because they're just wired differently. I think it also depends on the circumstance. Like what happened before, you know, like the context of what this situation is. Who was it to you? You know what I'm saying? Like, cause it's one thing for like some random coworker that I met, like, oh, we had a little beef and now we don't talk anymore. Like that's one thing, but like a family member, that's gonna hurt a lot deeper than,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? So like I think there's so many variables with being able to lay something down, you know.
Yeah.
And that's where I'm at. It's like I have the understanding of the situation and the people, and understanding that like also that people themselves are not good or bad. Whatever spirit that they allow to influence them is what you're seeing the fruit of. So like when we do good things, that is a result of the Holy Spirit's doing. Like there is no good without God. And on the other side, like people themselves, like we are born into sin and iniquity because of the fall and because of Satan's influence. So like when I'm looking at people, like I can't really look at it as like, oh, you're just a terrible person. No, you're being influenced by a terrible spirit.
Mm-hmm.
And because all people are still image bearers of God. And but like a lot of times that's hard. There's no reason for y'all to be fighting. There's too many toys for y'all to be arguing about. Well, get a different block. You're smart. You can figure that out.
It's my first time hearing that song. It was a nice song. I was kind of hypnotized listening to it.
I've never heard it. I don't think I have.
I don't think you have either.
So what does that look like for you?
What?
What we were talking about, like being able to lay something down.
I don't know. I guess I don't want to say easy, but I think I had hard moments. I don't know, cause I be ready to lay it down, and like, cause especially with my walk, I be like charging, but like, look, I'm on that road. So I don't know. Actually, I don't want to say easy because it has been hard. I haven't been it has been a little easy to kind of look at myself, what I've been doing. I guess because it's been easy because my ears are open, so it's easy to be like, bro, that's me. I just be ready to lay it down. That does bother me because for some reason, like I do be expecting, like, all right, God, I laid it down and I be ready for him to do his part.
Mm-hmm.
So that's where the hard part come in for me. Because
Well,
I'm ready for the next step.
okay, so let me ask you this. If you give something to God and then you are impatient or frustrated with his timing, have you actually given it to him?
I'm feeling like Squidward right now. I don't know if anybody saw how like Squidward
I don't even know what you're talking about.
Squidward in that episode when his bro, he was overwhelmed doing his duties and his nose fell off and his head got all flat and he was like you know what I'm talking about?
No.
Like SpongeBob was like, "Are you done with those errands?" And he kept running back and forth.
I know that
and then
episode.
he
I
finally
just
sat at
don't
his
remember
register.
that scene. I don't
And
remember
then-
that part.
And that's when SpongeBob was like, "Oh, Squidward, look, we had the close sign or to open. Like it was supposed to be on open." And he was just like, "Bro," and his whole head just deflated. So I was kind of feeling like that.
That's the only part that I don't remember.
Dang, I'm sure y'all saw it. I'm pretty sure everybody saw it. But that's how I was feeling. That's why I brought that up. When you said it, I was like, dang. I try to make sure that my heart and mind is like all into it, like, and not to be impatient, like, because I do be aware of that, but like instead of just like handing a sticky note, I just make sure that my heart is in it. Like, I believe in you, I love you, and I'm praying that it gets fixed. Like I kind of check those things.
Well, so what I'm asking is also aside from the timing of it, but like if you give something to God and you are believing for him to fix it, right? Mm-hmm. What if he did fix it his way? It just don't look like what you wanted it to look like, and so you think it's not fixed. You know what I mean? So then it's like the frustration with like you from our limited perspective, we think, God, you haven't done anything. Mm-hmm. And what if his whole purpose was, yeah, I did. You were supposed to let that go. That was it. That was the whole thing, was you letting that go. Like that thing was stopping you from moving. You know what I mean? Like, so that's why I was saying like,
and I don't expect this big gesture to happen. I just kind of want to just see just a piece of something, be like, yeah, that was God. Like that's all I've been just searching. Just a little, give me a little something.
You know what's crazy? A lot of the I don't want to say stories because they're not fake, but like a lot of the events, that's the word I'm looking for. A lot of the events that happen in the Bible in biblical times, it wasn't as fast as we read it. Like the Israelites were in the desert. The Israelites were in the desert for 40 years.
Yeah.
Like, that's a long time. Like that's a
Jesus
couple generations.
And the disciples, they walked a long time learning.
3 years.
Yeah.
Like we read it like bam, 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 bam. Oh,
I imagine it like they going through this whole, I say a week or a month is how I image when they going through these cities or towns.
Mm-hmm. Right.
But you got to think about it. Like, think about how long it takes for them to get to one city to that city. Think about how it takes you to get to the gas station. If it's like 10 minutes away, not cross the street type of thing. But like, walking is a long time. Right. Especially when you look on the maps and they be like, you want to walk? You want to ride your bike? And you be like, that walk.
So that's what I'm saying is like, we look at a lot of situations from the perspective of like, oh God, you're moving slow. Mm-hmm. Bruh, like some people don't even see the change within their lifetime. Sometimes they don't see it happen. It happens after they die. Like, so just because you haven't seen it, like, oh man, like it's been 6 months. Okay. It might be 15 years, Yeah.
I'll be patient.
If you take it from her again, you're going to get a spanking. She's sitting here asking you for it. You weren't even playing with it. Let her do it. Yes, sir.
All right, God, I'll be patient. You probably already did it and said it. And I just have to run into it, I guess.
That's exactly what it, well, like, because God is everywhere at once. So whatever is for him, everything has already happened.
I've been
So
really
technically, you are the one that's limited by time. Like, we have to live things out and make it to that point. Like, yeah, he did already do it. Everything's already finished.
You know, it's funny too. You know, when me and Noah was talking, I have this thing where with speaking, and it been really holding me back. And Noah always tell me like, I don't know where it's like God have something for me, but I it died.
Yeah. Where's your camera?
So what we need to do? I need to use my phone.
Just scoot over. I'm not gonna do that.
Okay. I really like a couple. You old.
I hadn't been too long.
Dang, where I was going with this?
You said that I said that God has something for you, but something is.
Yeah, I hold my own self back. Yeah, I was confused what I was doing with my storyline. I be holding my own self back for what God has in plan for me. Like speaking. I'm pretty sure me and Noah go a long way with this podcast. But we had this conversation where it's like I tell him like I don't be knowing what to say and I don't want people to take things out of context. And I would tell I just need to put it into practice. Like I don't want whatever blessing God is going to give me and my excuse is like I can't do it. Like I'm trying to put this in practice. I don't want to be the shy or I can't speak for myself or I'm lack of knowledge type of person. Like I don't want to be that because then now I'm just a sitting duck. Like I'm piggybacking off of you. Like I'm just like you're providing. Well, I guess would be providing my words for me when like you told me I'm capable. Like you see what comes out my mouth and you be talking about you be saying some stuff, but you know I get scared and I don't want to be scared anymore. I don't want fear. I want to be open. Like we took freedom class and I'm about to cry. Hold on. All right. We took freedom class and freedom class was hard and it was most definitely out of my comfort zone because I'm surrounded by women or people because it could be anybody in the room. I'm surrounded by people that this all eyes is on you and they want to hear your story and I'm not used to that. I'm not used to people paying attention to me and I knew what I was getting myself into because freedom class and I started thinking about the other stuff, but I wanted to get out of my comfort zone to speak a lot and I don't know, it was a big jump for me taking that class. So that was my starting point of practicing to also acknowledging what it was happening to me in my life, but just to speak up. That was a big practice for me. So when me and Noah was talking earlier, and he was like, he didn't want to make me do anything I didn't want to do, and I was trying to tell him it's not that. I was just trying to let him know what was going on in my mindset, what I was talking about with this whole talking in a podcast. I just needed him to understand. I just need practice. I'm feeling the things I am right now, but I just need the practice so I can give y'all knowledge and y'all have questions and I can answer it smoothly because I gain some from listening to him or we watching Tim Ross or any other podcast person. I want to grow. I really do. I truly want to grow so now just going back to the question that is one thing I want to be free of me speaking out to people. So I do be having times I be laying that down like, Lord, like give me wisdom and like let my heart and my mind be open and ready to speak on it, or for whatever somebody come to me, like I'll be ready. And if I don't have the knowledge, I'll just let the person I don't have the knowledge on it, we go find it somewhere else. But I do lay that down, and I do see that it is also my part to do. So.
Thank you. Oh, for real. Thank you for sharing that.
Yeah. I try not to cry. Normally, once I start crying, it takes time for me to talk. Because you get stuck. You be like your tongue gets stuck.
It's right here.
Yeah, you be like, oh, man. I can't stop crying. Hold on. I feel like just like that guy in service that I passed the show on.
Oh, yeah.
He was showing a TikTok video of this guy. He said, I've been crying for 20 minutes. And he couldn't stop crying, but he finally spoke his mind. I didn't want to go into that because that's a pause. that's a long pause.
Probably would have got a lot of views. I'm just playing.
No, I'm talking. Oh, wait.
I'm just kidding.
I'm thirsty. I
don't know. Kidding.
I don't know what he said. Somebody got a lot of views. I don't know what you was talking about. I thought you were talking about the TikTok.
if you would have cried.
Oh, I thought you were talking about the TikTok guy when he was crying.
No, I'm talking about you.
Oh,
but I'm just playing.
Oh, I mean, you can't just play because I didn't know you was talking about that. I thought you were talking about the TikTok guy with his 20-minute crying got a lot of views.
No.
And then I was just thinking, I just nodded yes, and then I was like, man, I'm thirsty. I'm dry.
All right. We got cameras dying. My wife is thirsty. Kids are up doing stuff, and they keep coming closer.
Oh, yeah, I'm cooking chili today.
Oh, yeah.
I gotta cook that. I hope it come out right.
All right. We love y'all. Bye. What?